Hey guys, you're back with the Credit Connector. Remember, this channel is about you guys. I want to empower you guys. I want to show you how to understand your credit, how to fix your credit, and how to leverage your credit. Also, remember, I'm still dropping my VIP mentorship that you guys can still join for free. Also, I'm going to start going live. And if you have any friends or relatives that don't speak English, send them to my Spanish channel, which is called Conecto de Crédito. In this video, what we're going to talk about is why is your Navy Federal account getting shut down? So lately, there's been a lot of accounts that are getting shut down. It's not like before. Navy Federal has been hit hard, and right now they're on top of their stuff. So the first thing that I want to tell you with Navy Federal is if you are doing MS, cut it out. So what is MS? MS is basically when you buy products with one credit card and then you return it to your debit card or another card so you can get that money cash back. Navy Federal is on to you. Trust me, they are. They might not catch you today, but they're going to catch you. And Navy Federal is known to give high amounts, high credits in their credit card. So why would you burn it with Navy Federal? Make sure that your account does not get flagged, because I've seen a lot of people right now, they've called me and their account has been shut down. So if you need to take out card, do it the correct way. Remember, with Navy Federal, you can take out up to 30% on their credit cards. Okay, so just play it safe. Also, if you are selling your access code, and what does that mean? Anybody that's not in Navy Federal and wants to get in, you can sometimes share your access code or you can sell it. I would advise you only to give your access code to, if you're going to give it to your family member, or if really somebody really moved in with you or something like that. But if you're going crazy and selling that access code, you're going to be caught and your account is going to be closed. I've seen it, I've heard it, and it's happening. You might say, well, I've been doing it, and it's not happening to me. It's just a matter of time before you get caught. Okay, it's really important. And also, if you got into Navy Federal and you lied, yeah, it might have been 3 months ago, it might be a year, but they are doing audits. And a lot of people that lied in their application and they were not verified and they're in, maybe they'll never catch you. But trust me, they are doing investigations now and they are catching a lot of people and they're getting the boot out of Navy Federal. Their accounts are being shut down. Remember, Navy Federal is really good on all the credit products for cars, for personal loans, for business credit cards, and for regular credit cards. So they are known for those high limit credit cards, even up to 80,000. And I've heard, I haven't experienced it, but it becomes 80,000 plus. Okay, so be on top of it. Also, another thing that Navy Federal is catching on, that a lot of people were doing it, they were actually getting loans to buy cars, and they were never buying a car. They were never turning in, the title. And Navy Federal, before, they were not catching on to it. But like I said, you might do that play now, and maybe Navy Federal doesn't catch it, but they might catch it. So if you're thinking of getting a Navy Federal car loan and not turning in, not buying any car and not turning in, the title, like I said, you might get caught, you might not, but why would you risk it with Navy Federal? I'm not saying don't do that play, but Navy Federal Credit Union is one that you want to keep in good standings. They're there to help their shareholders. They're not there to burn the consumer. They're there to help the consumer. And if your credit is not that strong, Navy Federal is going to help you. So you want to make sure to stay in good standings with Navy Federal. Also, another thing that I've seen is if you're doing the pledge loan hack, if you've done it 2 or 3 times, maybe in the future you would have done it more. But when they see two people on the Navy Federal credit application, the pledge loan, and they think that one person is the one that's giving the money, and both people are kind of, getting advantage of that, and the other one's making money because they're selling it. Trust me, you're gonna get shut down. They're on to all these little hacks. They have a special team that's doing all the investigations because they've lost a lot of money. And think about it, if you're Navy Federal, do you want to keep losing all this money? You sure don't. So try to keep Navy Federals in good standings. And like I always say, not only Navy Federal, but any credit union and any bank. Remember, keeping all these credit unions and banks in good standings, you're going to have everything you need from personal funding to business funding. It's unlimited. You'll be able to have that home, you'll be able to have that vacation, that nice car. If you burn the bridges with the banks and the credit unions, unless you have a lot of money, you're a trust fund baby, it's going to be very difficult for you. You're going to pay more for everything. You're going to pay more for your mortgage. You're going to pay more for a car if you can even get it. You're going to pay more for, your home insurance, your car insurance. So if it's possible, always try to keep your credit in good standings and try not to burn the bridges. I know sometimes it's difficult and sometimes we get into trouble and we have to use our credit cards and all that, but you know, try for it not to be with Navy Federal, guys. Okay. Remember, I'm not an attorney. Anything we talk about here, go out and do your due diligence, do your homework, like I always tell you guys. And guys, give me a like, subscribe to my channel, give me a comment. It's the only way that I'm going to get to know you guys. I'm here to help you. And remember, if you guys have any friends, send them to Conecto de Crédito. Okay. Remember, this is Jackie, and until next time. Oops. One thing I just remembered that I want to tell you about Navy Federal before I forget. Okay. Another thing is that what people were doing is when it comes back to the roommate hack, um, a lot of people were doing the lease and that was okay. Well, I have a friend that just did that play with her friend. She did the lease. She says she was living there, but guess what? They turned around after, I think it was 3 to 4 weeks after that. And now they requested not only a lease paper, but they want at least another utility bill. It could be your phone, it could be anything else. So if you guys are trying to get into Navy Federal and just doing the lease hack, just so you guys know, you got to be prepared to be able to transfer something else, another utility bill or something else into that address. Like I said, this might not be for everyone, but it might be your turn and you got to be prepared to provide documents. If not, it's going to be closed. Imagine that you're already in Navy Federal and they come back and they ask you for another document and you cannot provide it, and you just invested your time, your money, your effort in seasoning this bank to get some funding, and now they closed it or they flagged your account. And once they flag your account, it's very hard to get, out of the flagged, out of your account, out of being flagged. So make sure, guys, you got that backup. Okay, whatever it is, you have a backup. Either it could be a medical, a paper from the hospital with that address. I've seen that work. A utility, your phone, a bank, another bank account, another credit card. I mean, if you want to get creative, but make sure that you have the backup, because it's not like before, just that little lease and you're in. Like I said, you might be one of the lucky ones, but let's say you're not one of the lucky ones. You want to be prepared. So make sure you get prepared and you have all your documents, okay? You have all your ducks in a row. That's what I always tell my peeps. Have all your ducks in a row, because you never know when it's going to hit you. And now I can log off. All right, guys, until next time with Jackie.